ये देखो, शाम शर्मा शो में मैं और अभिजीत दोनों हैं और शाम शर्मा गायब है. अबे म्यूट कर अपना, हटा अभिजीत, म्यूट हटा. कटलेट
And
प्रीत
we've been
सिंह.
waiting for a while. We've been waiting for 7:45.
यस, हम लोग कम से कम 25 मिनट से रुके हैं कि अब शाम आएगा, अब शाम आएगा, अब शाम आएगा. शाम आने का नाम नहीं लेता है. शाम हो गई इधर इंडिया में, मगर उसने नाम नहीं लिया. उसने नाम नहीं लिया आने का. तो मैंने अभिजीत को बोला एक काम करते हैं, हम लोग चालू करते हैं, शाम आता रहेगा. और अभी सो व्हाट इन द मीन टाइम ये शाम ने बोला है कि मैं आ गया. अभी शाम का मैसेज आया व्हाट्सएप में, वो आ रहा है. मगर एज यू गाइस कैन सी वो नहीं आ रहा है. हम लोग ने तो चालू कर दिया है, मगर शाम तो नहीं आया है. देखो, शाम शर्मा शो शाम को होता है और शाम के समय ही कुशल मेहरा शाम शर्मा को शेम कर रहा है. कितनी बार मैंने शाम बोल दिया. बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. अच्छा, आज का टॉपिक क्या है वैसे? मुझे तो ये भी नहीं मालूम. हम लोग क्या बात करने वाले हैं? हाँ, चंद्रयान 3. हाँ, चल, let's start with Vivek Ramaswamy. So, what do you make of Vivek Ramaswamy going from cringe Ultra Pro Max to cringe Ultra Pro Max on steroids?
It's like me being labeled far-right Hindutva ideologue.
No, but what do you make of his campaign as of now?
It's fantastic, dude. I like it. He's basically, I think he was aiming for the presidency, but he's basically set it up in a way where he'll have to be, he's going after the Trump constituency.
Yeah, I know.
Which is a very important constituency in this thing. So if Trump gets it, he sees Vivek as a loyal second, unlike, say, Pence or somebody else. On the other hand, if, say, Ron DeSantis or somebody else gets it, assume Trump gets convicted or something, right? And what ends up happening is, to keep the flock together, they'll have to take Vivek because he'll become the flag bearer of the Trumpistas.
Yeah, but what is interesting is that Vivek Ramaswamy has clearly... so look at it this way. So who were on the debate podium, who were players in that discussion, right? The Republican debate. There was, obviously, Ron DeSantis was the number one guy. So let's focus on Ron DeSantis first. यार, उसको हंसना नहीं आता, अभिजीत? Did you see that video of he did that?
You have to look at what he's going through right now. He would have been the most acceptable Republican some years back because he's an institutional Republican, right?
Yeah.
But he's realized that the Republican Party has become so anti-institutional, justifiably so, given how the entire justice system is being abused to go after Trump. How is he even meant to remain institutional? How? It's the classic case of the right cannibalizing itself, which is what happens in India as well. But
see, Abhijit, what I'm not able to understand is Ron DeSantis is very popular in Florida. Ron DeSantis, before he ran for president, was very popular as the so-called presidential candidate across America. ये कैसा होता है कि they look good until they open their mouth, and then they open their mouth.
And therein lies the problem. But remember, he's still running second.
Yeah.
He's still running second in the polls. Okay. So he's still got a chance. There's still that large part of the Republican Party that supports that kind of institutional presence and not going too far off the rocker.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going off the rocker, by the way. I think it's a very accurate assessment. But anyway.
But you look at the polls. Yes, he's consistently either number 2 or number 3 in most polls, right? But what does it say about Trump and his popularity that without participating in the debate, pre and post debate, his numbers remained the same? Nothing changed.
Yeah. And in fact, what happens is, after he put his mugshot, his popularity skyrocketed.
Okay, yeah. What did you make of that
And
mugshot? Let's talk about that mugshot. How stupid do you think the Democrats were? Don't they understand politics?
look, they're caught up in a echo chamber of their own. All these people who were claiming that, Trump was abusing the system for personal gain,
Hmm.
they are actually supporting this witch hunt of Trump. See, what is the rule of law? The rule of law is, if you come across some wrongdoing, you prosecute it.
Yes.
Here, committee after committee is being set up specifically to investigate Trump and find wrongdoing, which is the very definition of what the USSR and the East German police used to do.
Hmm.
Okay, committee set up or police investigation set up to go after people you don't like. This used to be the great differentiator between the East and the West.
Hmm.
They've essentially become the USSR. It's that simple.
But what do you
So,
make of this entire case itself against Trump about
look,
collusion and all of that?
it's very weak. There's less evidence I can see against Trump than there was against Hillary Clinton. And believe me, there's a heck of a lot more against Hillary Clinton and Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden, there is too much shit against him. So
Hmm.
it's also the contrast. It's not just the specific targeting, it's also the contrast between what is happening with Hunter Biden and what's happening with Trump.
Yeah, to me, what fascinates me about this entire uh, shit show about Trump is that, look, I've never made my side unclear. I'm not a Trump fan, but I find him entertaining. I've never been a fan politically, but entertaining. But what they are
I've
doing
always
against तेरे को तो
I've
हमेशा
always
अच्छा
been a
लगता था ना?
Trump fan. I'll tell you why. You need that kind of a disruptor to change policy. And how? Like, imagine the kind of peace he brought to the Middle East.
Yeah, that is true.
Who could have done that? Had it been that same system of revolving doors, the same kind of uniparty in and out thing, you would have never seen what you saw happen with the Middle East. Of course, it was very convenient to have Mohammed bin Zayed and Mohammed bin Salman in the right place at the right time. But it couldn't have been done. So you needed that. You absolutely needed that. On the other hand, Trump did in many ways aggravate because the Dems went sending arms to Ukraine. The entire training and arming of Ukraine was started by Trump.
Okay, yeah. So the Middle East peace, I agree. Trump did the right thing. बट देन मैंने तेरे को वो बुक पढ़ने को बोली थी जेरी और जेम्स की ऑन अफगानिस्तान सो ट्रम्प मेस्ड अप अफगानिस्तान टू इट वाज नॉट लाइक ट्रम्प वांटेड टू नॉट लीव अफगानिस्तान in fact the only difference between Trump and Biden as per that book, and these two are no fans of Biden, that book destroys Biden, by the way. Everybody read the book Kabul. I am insisting everybody read that book. You will I mean they have done a thorough investigative work on what Biden and his administration did in Afghanistan. And if anything, India should learn from that and know how dangerous American friendship is. It's that damning. But
Look,
Trump also wanted the same thing, na?
every time Trump wanted to withdraw, these guys would prevent.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And remember, there was a big difference between what Biden did and what Trump wanted to do. Trump wanted accountability because he felt that there was zero accountability happening in Afghanistan. There was no correlation between money spent and returns on investment. Okay? And remember, it was the Democrats that used to keep going after him and saying, no, 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 you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't get out of Afghanistan. It's surrender, it's surrender, it's surrender.
Hmm.
Remember? So there would have been very significant differences even in the withdrawal phase. But I'm glad it happened under Biden, and I'm glad he prevented Trump from doing it, because it's a shame that Biden will have to live down. I'm surprised it isn't being used more by the Trump campaign, really. I think it'll come out later on sometime.
It could be, but as of now, मैंने लास्ट YouGov पोल देखा था, उसमें ट्रम्प एक पोल में अभी 1 percentage point above बाइडन आया है. But then I don't take any poll with that level of seriousness, because polls are a direction, not an absolute fact, and 1 percentage point different is very bad news for Trump, even after the mugshot, by the way. This is post the mugshot. So you can
Yeah.
post the mugshot only 1 percentage point above Biden is not a good show. Acha, one
No,
more
no, no.
very
It's now become 7 or 8 percentage points, boss.
क्या बात कर रहा है? रुक जा, मेरे
Yeah,
को देखने
yeah.
दे.
The latest one I saw was 7 or 8 after the mugshot came out.
Latest poll after Trump mugshot. रुक जा, मेरे को देखने दे. Trump improves lead or Republican primary rivals after mugshot release.
No,
Abhijit,
no, no.
that
Wait. No, no, no. I saw something on this thing, boss. The क्या कहते हैं?
okay.
On
Democrat analyst says yes. Uh, Trump's mugshot helping him in polls. Okay.
no, no. I saw something on this thing.
Politico. मैं Politico पे जा रहा हूँ. Politico is the best place ना. They have a summary of all polls ना.
Wait.
तू कौन सा use करता है?
I just keep scanning everything because you never know, no? And somehow I don't trust Politico either. Anyway, I can't find it now, but it's somewhere on my timeline. I think I retweeted it.
Okay. वैसे इन कनाडा तूने वो 2 पोल देखे थे जो मैंने तेरे को दिखाए थे? कैनेडियन जो लेटेस्ट पोल्स आए हैं आफ्टर 20th of August. Justin Trudeau
But
is
Pierre is so far ahead of Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, 38%. Pierre is 38%, and Justin Trudeau is is
20
around
something.
20 something percent. And in one poll, Pierre Poilievre is like 41 or 42%, and Justin Trudeau is down to 25%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was very interesting. At least in Canada, it is quite clear that Pierre Poilievre is the leading light. But the irony of Canada is, even after being miles ahead in the polls, he may still not be the PM, and they will have a coalition government.
Remember, even the last election, Justin Trudeau technically lost it. He
Yes.
only managed to make the government because of Jagmeet Singh.
Yes. Oh, can we discuss this third-rated statement by the Hagmita? I'm going to play it for everyone.
Where is Sham? Yeah, I know he had a date
his
with
computer
Audrey.
has gone for a toss. Don't you see? He's in the studio, but he still can't join us because his mic and this thing, it's become like super
अरे
slow.
उसको phone से join करने को बोल.
Yeah, I'll tell him to join from the phone. Let him try. This is his last shot. Let him try. But did you hear what he does here? Just listen to this piece of shit. Just listen to him. It's a 2-minute clip. Listen to him.
May I ask you, what are your thoughts about the recent Khalistani attack on the Hindu temple in Surrey?
We're opposed to any violence against communities. Communities shouldn't, we don't want to see violence against people. That's always wrong. And anytime there is those type of disruptions or violence or where communities are fighting each other, we lose sight of a real goal, which is to tackle the inequality in society. The fact that the super rich keep on getting richer and making everyone else fall behind. The fact that our grocery prices keep on going up and working people are struggling. So when there's violence or struggles between communities, we lose sight of the bigger problems, which are the problems that we all are in the fight together.
And in your opinion, what impact these incidents might have on relations between Canada and India?
Well, in terms of relationships with India, I think India is a country that has a very abysmal human rights track record. And we've been long calling for a strong sanction and strong language that condemns the abuses of human rights, whether it's treatment of women in India systemically, there's abuse of the rights of women, whether it's the abuse of rights of minority communities based on religion, based on caste. There continues to be ongoing
based on caste.
And the current government is a government that is clearly promoting a very divisive rhetoric. They're designing and building a country where there are promoting violence against minority communities, promoting a country that is not welcoming to people that are different, and that is a very big problem. And Canada and other international community members, countries should condemn that type of policy that is divisive, that is dividing people, and that is based on oppressing minority communities. That should be condemned.
ये घटिया इंसान, ये टुच्चा, ये कास्टिस्ट, ये खालिस्तानी ये थर्ड क्लास, थर्ड रेटेड, होपलेस गोबर इंसान इंडिया के बारे में ये बोल रहा है। और देख, रिपोर्टर ने उसको पहला क्वेश्चन क्या पूछा था, व्हाट डू यू थिंक ऑफ द खालिस्तानी अटैक्स? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, full marks to the reporter for using the word Khalistani.
He refused to answer the question. He sidestepped it completely.
Yes.
No, the question started with Khalistani attack, and his answer ended with human rights in India.
Communities fighting each other.
Yeah, communities fighting each other and human rights, women's rights in India. How the fuck do you get from Khalistani attack on Hindu temple to women's rights in India?
Acha, let us take each and everything that this piece of human debris says, right? He talks about caste. Jackass, your entire movement, Khalistan, is of the Jat, by the Jat, for the Jat.
Yeah.
You asshole.
Yeah. But he's never going to talk about that, no?
Yeah. No wonder he's Jagmeet. Hagta sala.
Why don't any Khalistanis accommodate any Hindus? Why don't any Khalistanis ever talk about कि नहीं हिंदुओं के साथ हम इतने अच्छे से करेंगे? They never talk about what will happen to minorities when Khalistan comes into existence. भोसड़ी के तुम किस मुंह से बात कर रहे हो minorities की?
झाटू।
ये तो चूतिए लोग हैं यार, ये क्या चूतिए लोग हैं यार। और ये स्टीवन हार्पर का इतना काम किया हुआ था, the amount of groundwork that Stephen Harper had laid in terms of developing better India-Canada relations, सब का सब टट्टी में मिल गया पिछले कितने 6-7 सालों में।
तो और क्या,
सारे का सारा बेचारा स्टीवन हार्पर भी सोच रहा होगा कि पूरी मेहनत गई गड्ढे में।
हाँ। अगर ये गलती से भी कभी कनाडा का प्रधानमंत्री बन गया ये टुच्चा, मुझे तो डर लगता है इंडिया और कनाडा कहीं वॉर पे ना चले जाए इस हरामखोर की वजह से।
हाँ, चुतिए लोग हैं यार साले कनाडा वाले भी। क्या कर, किसके लिए वोट करते रहते हो यार तुम लोग, हद है। वैसे अमेरिका वाले भी कोई कम थोड़ी है, क्या बोले अमेरिका वालों को भी। अमेरिका वालों ने भी वैसे कांग्रेचुलेशंस टू द इंडियन अमेरिकन्स बिकॉज बिल SB 403 हैज बीन पास्ड आई थिंक इन द बाय द कैनेडियन। पूरा पास हो गया ना, इट्स नाउ ऑफिशियल और हैज इट जस्ट बीन पास्ड इन वन हाउस?
यस, पूरा
it's official now, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, massive congratulations to Indian Americans. काफी ट्राई किया आपने, you know, they tried very hard to be part of the sort of same victimhood complex group, but it didn't seem to work. So yeah, good luck for the future. Good luck getting jobs. Good luck getting surveilled by the Californian government. Good luck being surveilled by the Washington government, by the Oregon government. And yeah, have fun trying to be a victim now. मजे करो
यार। ये पता नहीं आजकल क्या हो रहा है, मेरा स्ट्रीम यार्ड में मेरा वीडियो और ऑडियो बीच में लैग होना शुरू हो जाता है, पता नहीं क्या।
हाँ, मैंने नोटिस किया पहले भी, मैं आपका एक स्ट्रीम देख रहा था उसमें भी हो रहा था।
मेरे को पता नहीं क्या पनौती लगी है, मेरे को निकल के वापस आना पड़ता है। मैं क्या काम करता हूँ, मैं सारी कुकीज डिलीट करके रिफ्रेश करता हूँ स्ट्रीम यार्ड को। अभी आज का तो हो जाएगा अभी ये एग्जिट करने के बाद, मगर अभी मैं नेक्स्ट टाइम ये करूंगा।
यार अब दोनों को नया कंप्यूटर लेना पड़ेगा।
नया कंप्यूटर लेना पड़ेगा। मैं बहुत चिंदीगिरी कर रहा था, मैं इतने दिनों से पैसे बचा रहा था।
I don't even know कि you know how you delay, जैसे कि वो होता है ना, your computer is going to do पता नहीं क्या अपडेट्स करने वाला है। So I don't know how you schedule updates कि नहीं अभी मत करो, अभी मेरे को शो करना है, अभी मत करो अपडेट, बाद में करना। I don't know how to do that. तो
क्योंकि एक मिनट, ये बहुत बड़ी फॉल्स एक्यूजेशन लगी है हमारे ऊपर, मेरे और शाम के ऊपर। भर के पॉन देखते हो, हम लोग अभिजीत नहीं है।
देख भाई,
पॉन से इतना थोड़ी होता है।
It's very clear that Sham was making out with Trushki Bhabi before he came.
भाभी है ना इधर, भाभी ने बोला है लास्ट वीक शो फ्लॉप्ड ओनली बिकॉज़ शाम ने राइस बैग में चावल की जगह बाजरा
बहुत बुरा हुआ यार वैसे इसके साथ है। इतना मेहनत करके प्रिपेयर करके अपना प्रेजेंटेशन गई थी, कोई आया ही नहीं देखने के लिए।
क्या मगर यार वो तो मतलब उसको, अभी अगर आदमी होता था तो हम KLPD बोलते थे, औरत के केस में क्या होता है ये
पता नहीं क्या बोलेंगे सीरियसली।
वो इतना बड़ा हॉल लिया, भर देंगे मैडम जी, हम हॉल भर देंगे। अबे
कोई आया ही नहीं साला।
by the way, this is, I can tell you, I can exclusively reveal to you
Arey.
that Sham is planning on bringing Audrey to India because he wants her on a lecture tour of India.
Yes,
So,
that's correct.
So remember, all our viewers, part of your funding to the Sham Sharma show is going to pay for Audrey to.
Well, what I want to do is I want her to experience empty theaters all across India. So I want her to see empty auditoriums in Delhi, empty autoriums in Jaipur.
Actually, what's going to happen is
it's going to be called the Empty Auditorium Tour.
Because I bet you 90% of Audrey's followers and Rana Ayub's followers are already Sangees.
मजे लेने के लिए देखते हैं.
मेरे हिसाब से ऑड्री आएगी, उसको अपने सारे टॉक करने देने चाहिए, फिर एक कोई सटका हुआ इंसान उसके ऊपर 295A का केस मारेगा और फिर वो लास्ट में ना जब वो जा रही होगी उसका जेल होगा. बट ऑन अ वेरी सीरियस नोट, सो जैसे मेरे तुम लोगों को बोला था, तो मैं हम लोग अपने व्यूअर्स के आगे भी बात कर लेते हैं. नेक्स्ट ईयर हम लोग शाम शर्मा शो को नॉर्थ अमेरिका में लाने की कोशिश करेंगे. तो मैं इस शो के माध्यम से हर इंसान जिसको हमारे शो को नॉर्थ अमेरिका के लाने का इंटरेस्ट है, तो हम आपको बोल रहे हैं हमें स्पॉन्सर्स की आवश्यकता होगी. तो अगर आप नॉर्थ अमेरिका में शाम शर्मा शो को स्पॉन्सर करना चाहते हैं तो कृपा करके हमें ईमेल करिए, हमें ईमेल लिखिए. इस साल हम लोग करने का सोच रहे थे, मगर जिन लोगों के साथ में प्लान कर रहा था उन्होंने मुझे एडवाइस किया कि इस साल मत करो, नवरात्रि है 15 अक्टूबर को, तो उस टाइम के अराउंड इंडियन कम्युनिटी के साथ अभी मत करो इतने जुल्म, तो अगले साल हम करेंगे. तो अगले साल अगर आपको स्पॉन्सरशिप करनी है हमारे साथ तो कृपा करके हमें कांटेक्ट करिए.
यस, सो नॉर्थ अमेरिका बेसिकली यूएस में कितनी भी सिटीज हैं, कनाडा में कितनी भी सिटीज हैं, आप
कनाडा में टोरंटो या ऑटोवा, और कोई नहीं, हम और किधर नहीं जाएंगे.
तो जहां पर भी आप बेस्ड हो, इफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड कि हम लोग आके वी डू द पॉडकास्ट लाइव इन योर सिटी, वी वुड लव टू. And uske liye, obviously, we would need sponsors to set everything up. So if you're interested, please reach out to us. The email address is in the description box of this video. You can reach out to Kushal. What's your email address, Kushal, that they can reach out on?
हाँ, मेरा तो एक ही email ID है. किधर गया बे? किधर गया मेरा email ID? Very good question. तूने ऐसा question पूछ के मेरे को confuse कर दिया. ये है मेरा email ID.
हाँ.
Email कर देना. contact@kushalmehra.com.
You can email at contact@kushalmehra.com or you can email at contact@shamsharmashow.com. दोनों पे चलेगा. Or you can go to Twitter and abuse Abhijit.
Yeah. And email तभी करना अगर स्पॉन्सर करना है, बाकी नहीं ईमेल करना. मेरे को कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है तुम्हारे ईमेल पढ़ने में.
हेलो बोलने के लिए नहीं, हेलो तो यहाँ भी बोल सकते हैं.
हेलो
हेलो सर, क्या हाल है? अपने ईमेल एड्रेस दिया तो मैंने सोचा ईमेल कर देते हैं.
नहीं, मेरे को वो वाले ईमेल नहीं पढ़ने. अगर आपको स्पॉन्सर करना है and you have the interest of sponsoring the show and you want to sponsor it, we are more than welcoming you. तो भेज देना. हाँ, और इंडिया में भी करेंगे. वो इंडिया में जब करेंगे, मगर हम नॉर्थ अमेरिका में करेंगे. हमने डिसाइड कर लिया है.
नॉर्थ अमेरिका से शुरू करते हैं, एक रन करेंगे नॉर्थ अमेरिका में, उसके बाद इंडिया में भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन किया जाएगा.
And once again, I want to congratulate everyone in California on the passing of the
Please, I want to hear more. और बोलो
403
और गाली दो.
और मतलब आप लोग जो हिंदू लोग हो, आप लोग ने तन मन धन, ऐसे 3 बार मैंने अपने छाती को मारा, तन मन धन से जो आप लोग ने डेमोक्रेट्स को वोट किया, आपने जो डेमोक्रेट्स को अपने पैसे दिए, आपका रो खन्ना खाएगा गन्ना, वो आपका उधर ही बैठा हुआ है. उसने भी आपका
गन्ना खाएगा नहीं, गन्ना घुसेड़ेगा.
हाँ, उसने गन्ना डाल रखा है में. बाय द वे, फॉर द रिकॉर्ड, जिस औरत आयशा वहाब ने ये बिल पेडल किया और ये बिल आगे बढ़ाया, उसके ऊपर सो कॉल्ड अटैक्स को कंडेम किया था रो खन्ना ने, मगर रो खन्ना ने एक बार भी इस बिल के खिलाफ आवाज नहीं उठाई, टारगेटिंग के बारे में आवाज नहीं उठाई. उसने कुछ नहीं किया. तो यस, कांग्रेचुलेशंस टू रो खन्ना एंड ऑल द हिंदूज ऑफ कैलिफोर्निया ऑन द पासिंग ऑफ दिस वंडरफुल बिल. कम से कम अभिजीत ने उसके साथ नाश्ता तो खा लिया.
Indian Democrat voters.
Ultimately, Hindus are getting exactly what they deserve.
Yes,
you've got your comeuppance. I wish more of this on you. All you California Hindus, you've gotten exactly what you deserve. Now enjoy yourselves.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
और जब तुम चूतिए जेल जाना शुरू करोगे and start losing your jobs and your green cards and and get permanently blacklisted and have an internet campaign run against you which destroys your families, I will be sitting here and laughing because you
Yep.
people are getting exactly what you bloody deserve.
Yep. Yeah.
देखो मैं विवेक रामास्वामी की बहुत सारी जो क्लेम्स है ना उनको देख के हंसता हूं और क्रिंज भी करता हूं, मगर विवेक रामास्वामी को लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द विडंबना ऑफ द हिंदू. ठीक है, विवेक रामास्वामी के ऊपर बहुत सारे रिपब्लिकन्स ने, पास्टर्स ने डीपली हिंदू फोबिक रिमार्क्स मारे. हिंदू फोबिक वर्ड से मैं एग्री नहीं करता हूं, मैं जस्ट कोलोकियलिज्म के जैसे यूज कर रहा हूं उसको.
It's anti-Hindu
रिमार्क्स मारे कि इज अ डेविल वर्शिपर, ब्ला 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 ब्ला. ठीक है, मगर जैसे ही विवेक रिपब्लिकन डिबेट्स में आया और उसने अटेंशन लेनी शुरू की, कैरा स्विशर ने उसको क्या बुलाया? रामास्वामी, राइट?
Smarmy. And then somebody else quote tweeted which she approved of, Ramascammy.
Yeah, right. And then she apologized for the record. But there was this another jackasswa, and he made the most racist remark. How many of you looked at that jackasswa? And I'm calling him a jackasswa in our style. This handle was Kevin M. Cruz. The replies are making a strong case for court. Rama Lama Ding Dong.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
And I have to agree. और बाद में जब उसको राजीव मल्होत्रा जी ने बोला कि तुम क्या कर रहे हो, तो बोलता है तुमने मेरे ऊपर डेथ थ्रेट्स कर दिए. देखो
शाबाश,
ये सस्ते डेथ थ्रेट है ना. अभी केविन चाचे, a person like me has received real life death threats.
Yeah.
On a phone call, not on the internet.
Yeah.
So shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Stop your racist bullshit. All it took was one Hindu to say, I'm a conservative and I'm an American nationalist.
Yeah.
Yes, Vivek Ramaswamy said, I think America matters, nothing else matters. Isn't that what every American is supposed to think? That America matters?
If you look at, what Americans often talk about, like a dream immigrant is an immigrant that completely assimilates. What is a better example of an immigrant completely assimilating than somebody like Vivek Ramaswamy?
Oh yeah, he's so assimilated that he's
assimilate
even started shouting,
This is where I disagree.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I'm sorry.
That's how much he's assimilated.
Here. He is not assimilated. Jindal and this one are assimilated.
Yeah.
He is integrated, not assimilated.
Sure.
Assimilated
very good.
Sure, that's a good point.
Integrated is where your cultural identity remains intact, which for Vivek it has. He's very proud of it.
Yes.
Assimilation is basically a cultural genocide that wipes out your cultural identity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Bobby Jindal, Bobby.
Who incidentally used to eat ethnic food.
Oh my God. Yeah, I remember.
Do you remember ethnic food?
Did he have chutney? Did he have that amazing ethnic chutney?
What's amazingly ironic is the guy that gave up like his cultural heritage almost completely for political reasons has absolutely no chance of getting anywhere near the presidentship. That's the funniest part about this. Yeah.
There was a fantastic meme about it, which was Piyush Jindal saying, "Damn, you mean I didn't have to convert?"
ये बिना कन्वर्ट के भी कर सकते हैं ऐसे.
मेरा यीशु.
निकी हेली के मम्मी पापा भी सोच रहे हो कि कितना खिला पिला के बड़ा किया निकी हेली बनने के लिए.
पनीर खवाया साडी कुड़ी नु, ओथे जीजस कॉल चली गई.
और क्या, रंधावा का हेली हो गया. But the point that I was.
But what did you make of the fight between Nikki Haley, Sham, and apna Vivek?
That was fun. That was the most fun part of the debate.
Kitni desi fight thi na. Fuck you, you
bloody
bastard boy.
No, bastard bitch. Fuck you, bastard bitch. Fuck you, bloody. No, fuck you, bloody.
They were the only two Indians fighting on the stage.
But you have to admire the fact that Indians have risen up in the Republican Party.
Yes. Let's talk about that.
they've had so many Indian governors. It doesn't matter if they're Christian. Nikki Haley, Bobby Jindal,
Bobby.
and
Bobby. It's not
Bobby.
Bobby. It's Bobby.
Bobby Jindal,
Bobby
and
Jindal.
now Vivek is getting a huge bloody voter base in the Republican Party.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, it completely busts this whole racism argument. And you know, the people most opposed to Indian politics in America are actually the Hispanics, very surprisingly. Because
Really?
yeah, Hispanics and to a lesser extent blacks, but mostly Hispanics.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's actually quite curious that even though they are not in competing income categories, because Indians are much higher up the income ladder than Hispanics are, the Hispanics were the primary beneficiaries of Christian evangelical and the need to brownwash the white Republican Party, and they feel that that entire platform is actually being taken away by this thing, by the Indians.
Really?
Hmm.
Yeah. So a lot of the thing within the Republicans, in fact, to Indian candidates comes from Hispanics. Less so black people, but mostly Hispanics.
Okay. अच्छा शाम,
हाँ.
ये चंद्रयान का भी क्या मेल्टडाउन थे वो मेरे को मालूम नहीं था, तेरे पास कौन से थे?
I've added some of them in the meme review, but
Okay, great.
and we'll cover it there. But it's very the funniest thing has been the meltdowns of the British. अंग्रेजों से ज़्यादा कोई नाराज नहीं दिख रहा है इसमें. Even the Pakistanis have kind of like a gallows humor attitude about it. But the British seem to be the most mad about it.
Boss,
कि ये साला
Pakistanis
गुलाम
have
लोग
been
हमारा
so
ड्यूटी के नीचे
insane.
रहना था, ये ऊपर कैसे चला गया?
नहीं, मगर Pakistani humor about Chandrayaan has been the best of the lot. Can I just admit,
It's
they have been the
awesome.
best.
Yeah.
You know, underdog humor is always the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it's like how the best spoofs of Indians actually come from West Africa.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love them.
You know, they are the best.
Yeah.
You know, we treat them the worst, and yet they're the only ones who have any respect for you, and they're the ones that actually spoof you in a culturally sensitive, really hilarious way.
Yeah.
Right? But that's the way it is. So
it's because I think it's because they understand Indian culture. They understand the little nuances that make those serials funny, which is
Right.
why they're able to spoof it so well.
But I don't think Indians think those serials are funny. They actually take those serials.
I know, exactly. Well, Auntie Ji will watch it with complete seriousness, but they understand
my
why
mom,
it's serious to them. Yeah.
My mom, who taught me how to read some of the most complex books like Nietzsche and whatnot shit, sitting for 2-3 hours every evening watching these serials, and she gets irritated if I start making fun. You know, if I'm like, what is this shit? She's like, do I interrupt you while you're watching? Go away. This is something very serious. And then,
Yeah.
you know, every one of them is about the Sasuma torturing the Bahu. Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone, without exception. Okay.
Yeah.
And when it's happening, she's like, yo, Pavo,
Feel so bad.
so
Yeah.
sad. I'm like, it's such bad acting, mommy. What the hell's the matter with you? Kuch nahi.
Yeah.
Kuch nahi.
सबका time pass हो
And
रहा
they
है.
come up with like new ways to do it also. They come up with like new ways to torture the Bahu. You know,
Yaar,
because
the funny-
you can't do the
the-
same thing that Kyunki Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi did like 20 years ago. You have to do something new.
The funniest was jab ek chanta laga and she got entangled in the curtain and
Yeah, there was another one. There was another really good one where like the Bahu accidentally washes the laptop in the dishwasher or something, or in the washing machine. Yeah, कि साहब कि ये देखो मम्मी जी मैंने लैपटॉप साफ कर दिया, and she put it in the washing machine. मैं कहा यार come on यार.
And then there was that famous line, remember, रसोड़े में कौन था?
रसोड़े में
अरे वो
कौन
तो
था?
best था, वो तो best था रे.
And you know, they make such a big issue out of non-issues. Somebody was in the kitchen, so what?
कौन था रसोड़े में? Yeah, but the
So
matriarch
what?
needs to know. Yeah. The matriarch must know. Matriarch needs information. That's how she controls the household. Information.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the funny thing to me is, you know,
But honestly, yeah,
yeah,
कौन पूरा सिल्क साड़ी पहन के गहना 20 kilos of gold पहन के जाके पकाता है किचन में? मेरे को ये बता।
वो लोग करते हैं।
I don't think I've seen people do it. I've seen Patna में actually. Yeah, there was a family that owned like some stores in Patna, and we went to their house for dinner one time, and the lady was fully decked out in like sari, gold jewelry, and she was in the kitchen cooking. So it might be exaggerated, but there are people like this. There are people like this out there in the world. जो एकदम पूरा तैयार वैयार होके गहना वहना लगा के खाना बनाते हैं. What seems interesting to me, the last thing I want to talk about with the Chandrayaan thing, and then we can go to watch the memes. उसमें पाकिस्तान का भी reaction है. But the last thing that it surprised me a little bit, and I don't think it's surprised, but it just stands out, is because the Chandrayaan 3 is not, yes, it is the Modi government's achievement technically, but it really is ISRO's achievement, right? It's India's achievement. It's a very proud thing for India. Most Indians were quite happy with it, but there's always a group of people that are genuinely upset that Chandrayaan went there. Like they were hoping and praying कि ये साला कहीं पे crash हो जाए तो हम गाली वाली देंगे. I don't understand that mentality because I'm sure, I think social media has politicized the discourse to an extent कि अगर US में भी कुछ ऐसा NASA का कुछ होता तो some people may have said कि अरे ये Republican है इसलिए support nahi karenge. But why over Chandrayaan? There's so many things that you can politicize the discourse over, but I feel like you will have absolutely no support for something when you badmouth Chandrayaan, because the people of India are so strongly behind it. They're so strongly hoping for it to succeed. So you're basically screaming into the ether. Kahan se support milega aapko? But some people still do it. I don't get it.
क्या मालूम यार अभी I mean कैसे बोले?
Yeah.
I mean it's very hard to explain. At times I feel human stupidity is the only consistent feature that we find in the entire world. So
yeah.
I mean what the reactions I have seen post Chandrayaan in the Indian left and the Indian non-left, from the why does the scientist go to a temple to our scriptures know everything, has exposed me to such a plethora of chutiyap. On
why
one
do we
side,
why do we need to go to the moon? The Rig Ved mein likha hua hai. Why do we need to go?
On one side we have a self-hating asshole in the left, and on the other hand is a deeply inferiority complex ridden jackass in the right. That's all I can say. Baki, I just throw the ball to Abhijit. Let him shit on these.
Abhijit, what do you make of the whole claim that garib desh hai jahan pe logon ke paas toilet nahi hai? Why are they going to the moon?
So look, this is one, this is the food versus arms binary, where and it really shows you the low level of sociology these people have studied. Okay, so it's the rantings of illiterate people, and I don't take it seriously. So just let that be. That's like the Medha Patkar argument that as long as you have poor people, you can't have air conditioners, you can't have cars, you can't have private houses, and this is bullshit. Isko chodo. But I don't find either the Indian right or the Muslims right's reaction very out of place. People tend to see things as validation of their pre-existing beliefs. So every time there's a new discovery, and there's a good thing about Muslims, they'll say, see, the Quran already said this. So Allah knew this before you. And it's very important to remember that Islam was what kept education alive when Europe was going through its dark ages, because for them, science is how Allah reveals himself to his followers. As opposed to Europe, where science took away from the mysteries of creation. The Eucharistic mysteries are very important to Christianity. There are things about God we must not question or inquire, whereas a Muslim will.
But then what happened? What closed the door on science?
Not the South Asian Muslim. वो अलग किस्म का चूतिया है. I'm talking about real Muslims in the place of origin, not the bloody fake who's out here pretending to be something that they're not. So in Hinduism as well, this dichotomy. So, even for Islam, just much more so with Hinduism, where for Hinduism, a lot of their validation for science came from religion, right? Because it is the existential questions, especially astronomy. It also went into astrology, but especially astronomy, Aryabhatta and things like that, were wearing bloody punals and langot and angavastra and all of that, and sitting and doing puja and meditating.
Yeah.
Your Vedas itself is an inquiry into cause and effect of the universe. What was, why was it, why did it come about, what was creation, where did it lead to, why, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so I don't see anything wrong with seeing science as a validation of your beliefs. I actually find that much healthier. I haven't seen anyone except that weird Sikh guy who said that the moon has no surface and therefore you can't land on it. And it was, do you remember who I'm talking about?
Yes, that Khalistani. और तो नहीं कुछ पता.
Yeah.
So except that cocksucker, I don't know anybody else who's come off as being deranged on any of this.
Right. Yeah. Kushal, what do you make of the argument? Like, do you have any response to the argument that Garib Desh, why is Garib Desh spending so much money on a space program?
Only stupid people make such arguments. Why would we make such an argument? I mean, it is ridiculous. ये कौन आर्ग्यूमेंट देता है कि गरीब देश क्यों जा रहा है? बिकॉज
बहुत सारे ने दिया है, अंग्रेजों ने दिया है, हिंदुस्तान के लोगों ने भी दिया है कि इधर के खाने पिलाने पे लोगों पे जाना चाहिए पैसे, इधर आप लोग 60 मिलियन सेव करके कितने लोगों को खिला पिला सकते थे?
नहीं, मगर ये सिर्फ एक चीज के लिए नहीं होता है ना श्याम. दीज इन्वेस्टमेंट्स आर लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट्स दैट आर मेड फॉर मल्टीपल थिंग्स. आई मीन व्हाई वुड दे, मतलब मेरे समझ के बाहर है.
उसका कितना सारे नॉक ऑन इफेक्ट्स होते हैं ना. आप ये भी तो देखो ना कि ठीक है, अगर दूसरे एशियन देश देख रहे हैं कि आपने सक्सेसफुली मून पर लैंडिंग कर दी है, आप सक्सेसफुली स्पेस में रॉकेट्स वगैरह भेज रहे हो, तो कल को अगर वियतनाम को अपना एक सैटेलाइट भेजना होगा, अमेरिका बोलेगा कि हम साला इतना लेंगे, इंडिया बोलेगा कि हम आधे दाम में कर देंगे, भाई तुम हमारे पास आओ ना, तो किसके पास जाएंगे? ऑब्वियसली इंडिया के पास जाएंगे. कल को अगर ताइवान को भेजना होगा, किसके पास जाएंगे? इंडिया के पास जाएंगे. तो एक वो नॉक ऑन बेनिफिट है. उसके बाद there's a great clip of Neil deGrasse Tyson who was asked the same very question कि why don't we use the money to take care of people on earth rather than space exploration, right? उसने कहा कि यार स्पेस एक्सप्लोरेशन के रिसर्च में जितनी सारी टेक्नोलॉजीज डेवलप होती हैं, उसका कितना विंडफॉल होता है वो भी तो देखो. There's so many things from bloody, I think, toothpaste to microwaves or something like that. There's so many things that have been developed out of the space program and out of the research that NASA has done. उसका कितना अमेरिकन कंपनीज को फायदा हुआ है, कितनी इकोनॉमिक विंडफॉल हुई है अमेरिका को, वो तो कोई देख नहीं रहा.
Yes. हाँ. But मेरे को एक बात बता कि ये
something very simple, something very very simple. Your space program. Why go to space? Okay, very simple. Today, your entire satellite navigation and your economy of Zomato services, all of this communications, this and that, is a direct derivative of your space program.
Yep.
Okay, it is your space program, because the problem of terrestrial weather prediction has always been that it is based on measuring pressure, atmospheric pressure, and in areas like Saharan or sub-Saharan Africa, which directly impacts us because we're only one sea away from them, where there is huge gaps in meteorological institutions, it plays havoc with your meteorological models, which is why you need space-based measurements for your agriculture, and your agricultural prediction and things like that. You need science is required to lift the poorest of the poor, like UPI. What use was the internet? Well, the internet has now seen to it that all the dallas who were taking money from money meant for the poor are completely cut out, and money is going directly into their accounts through UPI. That is what science does. Science directly And this is not just the BBC making this mistake. When Niels Bohr started talking about quantum mechanics, Einstein refused to even listen to him. He thought it was complete bullshit. And yet today, Niels Bohr, I think, has had a much bigger contribution, because all your touch, these things, which are enormously useful. And touch is just one part of it, because there is also visual symbolism here. You can be language illiterate, but you can be symbol and numerical literate. It helps you overcome so many problems. This can help you overcome educational problems. Okay, because you can stream top quality learning and content from a top teacher somewhere to, of course, EdTech in India is a joke. That's a different matter. But what if the government actually chose the best teachers at explaining and streamed it, say, in Tamil, Odia, Malayalam, whatever, to each student in their house? The problem with house is always that you're indisciplined, like work from home.
Right.
Okay. But ignore that. Everything has a downside, but it solves, all of this science solves so many problems. It's not even funny. So, it's just shocking the kind of crap that you have. And imagine, even Einstein did not see the value of quantum mechanics.
Yeah, exactly. Chalo, Pakistani ke reaction dekhe mimi pe.
Yes.
Let's do it. I think there are a few in there. I don't know if all of them are that, but there are a few in there.
We will start with Zubair's reaction. After Chandrayaan landed on the moon.
ये रस्सी कितने की है? क्या करनी है? खुदकुशी करनी है। कह ये ज्यादा करके लोग यही वापरते।
ज्यादा करके
ज्यादा तगड़ा हुई है मालिक।
ये तो बहुत अच्छा है।
That's a good meme यार, well done, well done. बहुत बुरा हुआ ब्रो यार, कैसे पहुंच गए ये लोग साले चांद पे।
अगली बार मेरे को अगर कोई बोलेगा ना तो मैं यही वीडियो उसको भेजने वाला हूँ। मैंने नॉर्मली वो लालू प्रसाद की होता है, ये लो नस काट लो, मैं ये भेजूंगा।
वो लास्ट वाला क्लिप करके भेज देना, ये लो रस्सी, ये बहुत तगड़ी है।
हाँ, शंभव, for God's sake, feature this meme. This is literally a meme. अच्छा ये क्या है?
अच्छा, these are politicians that are talking about Chandrayaan.
चंद्रयान का जो सफल लैंडिंग चंद्रमा पे हुआ, इसके लिए नासा के सभी वैज्ञानिकों को हम बधाई देते हैं।
जो चंद्रयान 3 की बात आप कर रहे हैं, इसके लिए हम उनको बधाई देते हैं। कल सकुशल वो धरती पर आने का जो टाइम है, आने के बाद उसका स्वागत पूरे देश को करना चाहिए।
हम कामयाब हुए और सेफ लैंडिंग हुई, तो जो यात्री गए हमारे,
भगवान
उनको सलाम करता हूँ। और हमारा देश एक कदम और साइंस में, स्पेस रिसर्च के अंदर आगे बढ़ा। उसकी सभी
भाई तू ही तो पीछे ले जा रहा है।
जो सफल लैंडिंग चंद्रमा पे
नासा के साइंटिस्ट को,
इसके लिए नासा के सभी वैज्ञानिकों को हम बधाई देते हैं।
क्या लोग हैं भाई,
जो चंद्रयान
नासा के वैज्ञानिकों को बधाई देते हैं, बहुत बढ़िया।
इसके लिए हम उनको बधाई देते हैं। कल सकुशल वो धरती पर आने का जो टाइम है, आने के बाद उसका स्वागत पूरे देश को करना चाहिए।
शाबाश।
हम कामयाब हुए और सेफ लैंडिंग हुई, तो जो यात्री गए हमारे, उनको सलाम करता हूँ। और हमारा देश एक कदम और
यात्री गए
साइंस में, स्पेस रिसर्च के अंदर आगे बढ़ा।
यार ये लोग, यार
ये लोग पॉलिटिशियंस हैं भैया, ये लोग, these are law makers।
यार ये बेस्ट है, ये मेरा पाकिस्तानी
फेवरेट। They're all politicians।
पाकिस्तानी फेवरेट है ये मेरा। ये आदमी ने इतना अच्छा तरीके से अपने देश की और अपने समाज की लिए ना, ऐसा सटायर होना चाहिए।
तो पैसे लगा के जा रहे हैं ना, हम तो ऑलरेडी चांद पे रह रहे हैं, आपको नहीं पता?
नहीं, मतलब हम कहते हैं हम तो चांद पे नहीं रह रहे हैं।
चांद पे पानी है?
पानी नहीं है।
हाँ, तो इधर भी नहीं है।
नहीं, गैस
इधर भी नहीं है। वहाँ पे बिजली है?
नहीं।
ये अभी देखे लाइट नहीं है इधर भी। ना, हम तो ऑलरेडी चांद पे रह रहे हैं, आपको नहीं पता?
नहीं, मतलब हम कहते हैं हम तो
इधर पानी है, इधर भी नहीं है।
नहीं है।
हाँ तो इधर भी नहीं है। अबे गैस है।
नहीं गैस
इधर भी नहीं है।
नहीं
वहाँ
है।
पे बिजली है।
नहीं
ये अभी देखे लाइट नहीं है इधर भी। तो पैसे
ना पानी गैस बिजली कुछ नहीं है, हम तो चांद पे ही रह रहे हैं।
हम तो चांद पे ही
स्मार्ट
रह रहे
आदमी है ये समझ
हैं।
गया,
ये बेस्ट है।
ये समझ गया।
ये बेस्ट है, ये बहुत अच्छा था। लपड़ राज। ये बेस्ट है। ये देखिए देखिए देखिए
पाकिस्तानी चांद है।
ये
सही बात
देखिए
है।
देखिए ये देखिए देखिए, ये बहुत अच्छा है। ये देखिए देखिए।
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी नमस्कार सर, वी हैव अचीव्ड सॉफ्ट लैंडिंग।
निकल लौड़े।
Say that again. Say that again. That was
माननीय
hilarious.
प्रधानमंत्री जी नमस्कार सर, वी हैव अचीव्ड सॉफ्ट लैंडिंग ऑन द मून।
I think political कीड़ा ने बनाया है। Well done यार।
यही हो।
इधर से।
प्रकाश राज, why are you getting beaten up like this sir? ये बस फोटो थी, ये भी किसी ने
well done यार, well done political कीड़ा।
ये देख चंद्रयान 3 तुम कब आए? आज तक रिपोर्टर सबसे पहले मैं ही तो आया।
अरे किसी के पास वो फोटो है आज तक रिपोर्टर की जो does anybody have that photo?
Which one?
There's an Aaj Tak reporter before the Chandrayaan lands. There's a photo of an Aaj Tak reporter standing on the surface of the moon and talking about Chandrayaan's landing. I think it's in reference to that clip. तुम कब आए? सबसे पहले मैं ही आया। Well done यार, ये किसका है? अभिजीत वैद्या। Well done यार अभिजीत। I like this. I like this a lot. सबसे पहले मैं ही आया। Yeah, special shout out. Honestly, I have to give a special shout out to Deepak Chaurasia. Deepak Chaurasia walked so Chandrayaan could run. Okay. So if anybody needs to be thanked for the success of the Chandrayaan mission, it is Deepak Chaurasia. He was the first person to go onto the moon. Before many months before Chandrayaan, Deepak Chaurasia was on the moon. So big props to Deepak Chaurasia. The nation owes him a debt.
And Aaj Tak especially.
And Aaj Tak especially. I think the nation owes them a debt. They paved the way.
Yes.
I think under Arun Puri and Kali Puri, the nation has progressed more than ISRO.
Yeah.
I think
because ISRO was like, listen, if an Aaj Tak journalist can go onto the moon, then why can't we? Right?
Yeah.
It was a real kick up the butt to ISRO.
It was so funny. It was so funny that these people actually indulge in such rubbish and इनको शर्म भी नहीं आती सालों को।
ना शर्म किस बात की? ये तो रोज का है। ये तो वो याद नहीं है जब भी इंडिया में बारिश कुछ होती है तो ये लोग छाता लेके स्टूडियो में खड़े हो जाते हैं। Oh, very strong winds.
I don't know why they do that, yeah. It's like
dude, because you know our people love it. Don't pretend that you don't know why they do it.
Yeah.
Jackass. Our people love that shit. Our people
eat
are
that
the
shit up.
cheesiest.
That's why.
Indians are the cheesiest fucking motherfuckers on planet Earth. They love drama. That's why the K serials do so well in India.
Man, that's why they do it. Wait, I want to find that photo.
ये रॉकेट, अरे दीपक चौरसिया तो वो स्कूटी की हेलमेट पहन के बैठा था ना।
हाँ स्कूटी। ये this is the one. This is from being humor की फोटो। मैं ये एक बार शेयर कर देता हूँ पहले, एक सेकंड। This is the photo we are referring to. ये आज तक जर्नलिस्ट is already on moon saying आने दे to Chandrayaan 3.
अरे बड़ा करो, I can't see.
बड़ी कर फोटो, बड़ी कर।
Yeah, आज तक journalist is already on the moon.
ये अंजना ओम कश्यप कौन है?
अंजना ओम कश्यप। आने दे। भगवान। Yeah, people love this shit, man.
I was talking to
दीपक चौरसिया की फोटो किधर है यार?
हाँ मैं ढूंढ रहा हूँ।
I don't know Deepak, but Anjana is a friend. I was talking to her and she was telling me, see, you for all the crap that they get parodied on. Apparently, the amount of support and viewership they get precisely for those graphics is insane.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. The public loves that shit. Public will eat it up.
That's my whole problem. Why are
Yeah.
Indians so fucking tacky?
Yeah, that's our brand. Our brand is loud and tacky.
Okay, this is the greatest discovery.
Let's look at this culturally. But
This is the one. This
Okay,
is the
दिखा.
one. और public में जो
Rakesh
दिखा रहा था आपको. So this man walked so Chandrayaan could run.
Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all
Deepak,
are late to the party. Deepak Chaurasia landed on the moon in 2019.
स्कूटी की हेलमेट पहनी है दीपक चौरसिया ने.
दीपक चौरसिया was there 2019 से भाई साहब 4 साल पहले पहुंच गए थे वहां पे.
Okay, मगर I think this one was the winner of all the Chandrayaan analysis.
This could well be, yeah.
Yeah, Rakesh Roshan was the first man to land on the. ए, आवाज क्यों नहीं आ रही है इसकी?
आवाज क्या किया?
করেছিলেন রাকেশ রোশনকে মনে আছে চাঁদের মাটিতে যখন তারা পৌঁছেছিলেন ইন্দিরা গান্ধী জিজ্ঞেস করেছিলেন রাকেশ রোশনকে যে उधर से कैसे लग रहा है आसमान से कैसे लग रहा है मौका से इंडिया को.
ये हमारे लीडर हैं. ये हमारे लीडर हैं.
I want to find this photo also. किधर है?
सुसाइड कर लेना चाहिए हमको.
See, she loves Bollywood and Bollywood stars. No, she drops Shahrukh Khan to the airport when he comes to Kolkata and things like that.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is this is a slip of the tongue here. It's she meant to say Rakesh Sharma, but she just said Rakesh Roshan. किसका tongue slip नहीं हुआ है कभी कभार?
नहीं, but ये देखो ना, look at this. This is my favorite part. So this is from Rahul Roshan who says Mamata Banerjee is not alone, and the Google search is Rakesh Roshan astronaut, Rakesh Roshan moon. People actually went to Google and started looking for pictures. Rakesh Roshan astronaut.
In all of this, I think everybody ignored the story of Rakesh Sharma. There was only one magazine that covered his current life, where he's leading a retired life somewhere in Haryana doing farming.
Yep.
Okay, next one is one of the greatest photos I have seen. This is peak behavioral patterns shown by ICC. This is the greatest ad. Harpic kills 99% of the germs. What about the remaining 1%? They end up being mascots for the cricket world.
Okay, I have a serious question.
What are these
for the
mascots?
biggest and the
the
richest? Go ahead, Abhijit. You say first.
But see, this is a scam. Everyone
It
privately inside Tata is saying that some money has been laundered in this rebranding of Air India. It was such a third-rate rebranding. इसमें बहुत पैसा has been given as kickbacks to some executive in Tata. This is clearly a byproduct of kickbacks, boss.
इसमें टाटा कहाँ से आ गया?
Corruption.
इसमें टाटा किधर से आ गया?
No, I'm just giving you an example.
Achha.
This is what happens with marketing and ad agencies. This Air India thing is corruption. This is a clear case of corruption. Itna third-rate product for the crores. What was the?
This is the largest and richest cricketing body in the world, by the way.
This is
and
ICC,
they would have paid crores. They would have paid crores for this particular so-called mascots.
Yeah.
The imagery would have cost them at least 15 to 20 crores for the entire campaign and this and that, because it's not just drawing the mascots. It's also the entire campaign to popularize this and shit.
Yeah.
Yaar,
What is that?
What
are those two things?
I don't know किस जिंगूर के लंड ने ये graphic design किया.
Yeah, I have no idea what those things are supposed to be. Is it representative of cricket in any way?
No.
I don't even get it. What the fuck is it supposed to be? What are those things?
हमारे पुराने जो ये होते थे ना एड जिसमें कीटाणु जीवाणु दिखाते थे हिट और उसके ये वो थे.
Yeah. कीटाणु जीवाणु.
एक कीटाणु था एक जीवाणु था और क्या?
Yeah, what is that supposed to be? I don't even know what those things are. किसने design किया? I want to find out who designed it.
I discovered something. Do you know what sperm is called in Hindi?
बोल दे.
Jishnu
Shukranu.
something?
Shukranu.
Shukranu, huh? Is that what they are, Shukranus? Those
Looks
are
like it.
those are sperms.
Vineet, you know, it says make Tatya Vinchu.
Dude, honestly, it'll be better than what we have right now.
Tatya Vinchu?
The mascot. Tatya Vinchu
What
नहीं
is-
मालूम तेरे को? येड़े. Tatya Vinchu नहीं मालूम
Tatya
तेरे को?
Vinchu,
तू
yeah,
कैसा
लाल
Indian है?
टोपी. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
अरे
you're
फोटो
so
ढूंढनी पड़ेगी.
Non-desi, man.
तात्या विचू.
दिखा इसको तात्या विंचू क्या है?
या तात्या विचू नहीं पता.
Oh my
ये
God.
रहा.
अखिलेश जी का कार्टून कैरेक्टर है.
ये रहा.
देख ले तात्या विंचू देख के तुझे अखिलेश जी
This
याद
is
नहीं आते?
तात्या विचू. दिखा? Yeah, this is a better mascot. This is a better mascot than whatever the fuck they made, man. We should totally, honestly.
This looks like a Muppet from Fraggle Rock, no?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
Put a
that's what
fake
it's
bat
supposed
in
to
his
be,
hand and ho gaya mascot taiyar yaar.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is much better. Seriously, I want you
किसी ने-
guys to
किसी
trend.
ने नाम से करेगा टोटिया विंचू. टोटी चोर.
I want everybody to go on social media and trend hashtag Tatya Vichu for 2023 World Cup mascot.
Yes.
Okay, let's start a petition. Let's start a global movement, a global trend. Tatya Vichu for 2023 World Cup mascot. Let's do it.
Yes.
Together we can make this happen.
Yes.
Tweet
Okay,
करो जाके
next-
Twitter पे.
नेक्स्ट ये रेडिट पे डाला था भस्की जी ने बॉलीवुड ट्रोलिंग बास्केटबॉल फुटबॉल टेनिस गोल्फ फैंस एट द सेम टाइम. वैसे बॉलीवुड को मानना पड़ेगा.
ये
देखें
this
क्या
is
किया.
actually, before you play this, एक second. This might be the most complex, intricate movie shot that Bollywood has ever created. If you're a fan of movies, Abhijit, this is probably the most complex and intricate shot ever made by Bollywood. Watch this.
Yes.
Just watch
yes.
this.
करीना कपूर है ये. नहीं करिश्मा
Karishma
कपूर है.
Kapoor hai. Playing basketball with football, wearing tennis outfits on a golf. Who picked this? Like, it kind of takes talent to get everything wrong, right?
Yes.
Maybe you get one or two things wrong, but
See,
to
this
get
is so
everything wrong
typical of
does take
India,
talent.
na? This is so typical of Indian creativity. They really have a very low
Everything is
opinion
wrong.
about their audience. They have a genuinely low opinion.
No,
like,
but-
ये तो
but-
चूतिया
but
कुछ
the
भी सुन
audience
लेंगे.
itself has very low standards.
Yeah.
So I think they've got a very correct gauging of their audience.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is truly like some Inception level, Interstellar level shit right there. You know? On a golf course, playing basketball with a football in tennis clothes.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Tennis clothes and a yoga pants or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Brilliant.
So this ये क्या है? ये मेरे को नहीं मालूम. ये मेरे को देखना है. Mhm.
हेलो, बिजली ऑफिस से बोल रहे हैं सर? हाँ बोल रहे हैं. प्रणाम सर. बोलिए. बोले सर 5 मिनट के लिए बिजली काट दीजिए ना. अरे सर काट दीजिए 5 मिनट के लिए. अरे भाई क्यों काट दें, बताइएगा तब ना. सर काट दीजिए. हाँ तो वही तो पूछ रहे हैं, क्यों काट दें? सर माल से मिलना है सर, बहुत दिन हो गया है. अरे क्या बात कर रहे हैं सर, प्लीज 5 मिनट के लिए आप काट दीजिए ना, थोड़ा चुम्मा चाटी करके निकल जाएंगे. हेलो.
So sad, yeah.
चुम्मा चाटी करके निकल जाएंगे.
5 मिनट के लिए चुम्मा चाटी करके निकल.
The only time in Bihar's history that somebody has asked for Bijli to be cut. The only time this has happened in Bihar's history. जनरली लोग बिजली लाने की बात करते हैं, ये पहली बार बिजली काटने की बात कर रहा है. सर चुम्मा चाटी करके निकल जाएंगे, किसी को पता भी नहीं चलेगा.
अच्छा ये लास्ट वाला है मिमी.
Brilliant.
ये क्या है?
And you? What would you do for love?
What is love? Please don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Oh, shit.
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
What would you do for that?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
ये मैं PMO में शेयर करूंगा.
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
I think this is Meme Mandir's original work. So shout out to Meme Mandir. Well done, man.
This is so good. This is so good.
यार AI आजकल साला क्या क्या कर लेता है याद है.
ऐसे सलीके से मोदी जी को उन्होंने सुनाया है. और मोदी जी इसके ऊपर गुस्सा भी नहीं हो सकते.
हाँ, नाराज भी नहीं हो सकते. नाराज भी होके क्या करेंगे? Don't hurt me, Narendra Modi. Oh shit, yeah. Well done. Well done. Good memes. Good memes, everybody. Well done. चुम्मा चाटी करके निकल जाएंगे.
Oh man, it was so good. I loved the Modi ji one. Was my favorite one.
That was also very
और
good.
मोदी की आवाज में कहा
एकदम आवाज भी सही निकाली है. पता नहीं कहाँ से, बट मीम मंदिर यार सही मीम बनाता है. Abhijit, what is that YouTube channel that shows how dirty airplanes are? What?
It's not a YouTube channel. It was just one cleaning. Why aircraft cleaning is so expensive or something. I'd shared the link when I'd spoken about it. No, it's such cleaning a plane is so complex. Essentially, even the person who vacuum cleans your plane, or at least supervises the vacuum cleaning of your plane and the cleaning of the toilet of the aircraft, has to be a trained, experienced aviation engineer.
Yeah.
Okay, he has to understand what things will reduce efficiency, etc., etc. It's very complex. India made, do you think any IIT graduate is ever going to, or any engineering graduate is ever going to agree to be Air India ka safai karamchari or something like that? So, you know, it was in that context.
Right.
And Varun
Narayan is saying, does Vivek stand any chance of swaying the votes in the Republican primaries from the hardcore Christian conservative Trump loyalists? I very highly doubt it, to be honest. I think his best bet is what he's actually doing, because he's a smart guy. So, yeah.
He's basically playing for vice president, irrespective of who. Yeah, right. But I would disagree with you on Christian conservative Trump loyalists. They would much rather vote for a devil worshipper than vote for somebody who supports baby killing or fetus killing, as they see it.
Yeah.
And they'll vote for the lesser evil over the greater evil. Basically, that's my take on it.
Yeah. And he's one of the, I think, probably the only candidate that hasn't openly attacked Trump or doesn't openly hate Trump. And if you look,
supports Trump a lot.
Supports Trump, yeah. And if you look at the current polls, the Republican primary polls, Trump is leading by a humongous margin, like something like 50 fucking points or something. So if he doesn't get convicted, if he gets convicted, he might still be able to run. But if he doesn't get convicted, most likely he's going to end up as the presidential candidate. And so if that happens,
he's going to lose the election.
What's that?
And he's going to lose the election given the level of institutional subversion the Democrats have done and will do.
Do you think he'll lose? Do you think he loses against this guy, Biden? Now everybody's seen what Biden's like.
Look, he's already lost against Biden once, boss.
But then that was Obama's Biden. That was cool Uncle Joe.
No. He lost against Biden. He will lose against Biden again because Biden has shown how blatantly he will subvert systems and institutions. And he will do it again. The level of election rigging and vote changing and whatever that's going to happen this time is going to be insane.
Yeah.
They will pull no stops in winning. So, you know, for the Democrats, as far as Trump is concerned, this is do or die. For Trump and the Republicans, it really isn't. It's important, but it's not as important as it is for the Dems.
Why?
Simple. You don't see the level of determination and unity of ideology you see in Republicans that you see in the Democrats.
So you're saying the Democrats are more ideologically like together, is what you're saying, or the
Yeah,
Republicans?
you
are?
look at
Okay.
Hindus in the Bay Area. They're going to continue to vote Democrat in massive numbers.
Yeah.
देख ऐसा है
Tomorrow, if laws are passed that a Hindu has to sit at the back of a tram or train in San Francisco, and every time somebody comes, the Hindu should open their mouth and receive their spit.
They
will
it.
Still vote Democrats.
Yeah, they'll do it. Bay Area,
remember,
Bay Area, they will do
a
it.
country of 150 million being conquered by about 100,000 Brits.
Yeah.
And 360 odd million being ruled by about 100,000 odd Brits. Right. Can only happen when you are, they did not conquer us. We allowed ourselves to be conquered. It's that simple.
Yeah.
यार मगर मेरा इसमें पॉइंट एक ही है कि why in the case of Trump creates a visceral response from the Democrats unlike any other candidate. So what happens is, while Trump might charge up his own Republican base or Trumpian base, he equally gets a visceral response from the other side. So unki bhi voting बढ़ जाती है. So it might be a close election, but I won't be surprised कि वापस Biden जीत जाए, uncle.
There was another question which was similar to this, which was, does Vivek have any chance of actually converting people from Democrats to Republicans, Indian Americans from Democrats to Republicans?
That is there. There will always be a chance for that. Vivek needs to be better in his climate change response. I think even though he says the climate change, basically what he tries to say is the doomsday peddling around climate change is a hoax. He should not use such irresponsible words. He should be better in his communication. If he was, I think he will attract more people, but I still think he's a smart man. Look, politicians all play a game. If you think what you see on the screen is the real Vivek or the real Trump or the real Biden, you're lying to yourself. They're not. Look, you can't make so much money as a businessman in America and be stupid. I can assure you Vivek Ramaswamy is not stupid. He's a very high IQ individual.
Yeah. What is your take on the reignited Adani issue? It's funny because didn't somebody predict this like a couple of weeks ago that this is going to happen? I think it didn't. Hawkeye had a thread about it. Abhijit?
Yeah, it's for the last 2 weeks it's been predicted. But what is new about the new report? It's just saying it's regurgitating what Hindenburg said.
So it's the same thing essentially.
Through Mauritius. You tell me, like I'll ask you, tell me one Indian company that hasn't gotten money through Mauritius. Mauritius is the state-sanctioned route for bringing in black money into white. Everybody's done it. The Tatas have also done it.
Right.
There is not a single company in India that you know of that has not got investment from Mauritius. Mauritius का GDP क्या है? एक मिनट देख लो. Mauritius GDP.
15,000 रुपए.
Yeah, it gives it to me in crores. Yeah, $9 billion.
Okay.
Oh, $9,000 per capita GDP. Yeah, it gives it to me in crores. I don't want crores.
कितना है? करोड़ ही बता देना.
GDP of 8 billion. No, that was in 1993. Abhi GDP kya hai? Population GDP $11 billion. $11 billion. Still a GDP of $11 billion. Now let's look at Mauritius investment in India. FDI in 21. Now the GDP of Mauritius is $11 billion.
Yeah.
In 2021-22, FDI inflows from Mauritius stood at $9.39 billion.
How?
I like Mauritius.
Yeah.
See, I don't blame people routing it through Mauritius. If only conservative economics was sold to Indians in a larger way, this would not need to be happening.
Exactly.
Why do so many people open their companies in Singapore, in Mauritius, in the United Kingdom? Yes, people, United Kingdom is another big money laundering adda of the world.
Arey yaar,
If you
the
did not
entire
know,
Middle East, the entire Middle East launders
वो
their money
चलते
in
ही
the
इस पे है
UK.
भाई, वो
Yeah.
चलते ही इस
Saudi,
पे है.
Qatar,
And by the
UAE,
way,
they're all laundering their money in the UK right now.
by the way,
All of them.
somebody's asking about PPP. I don't do PPP. I only do nominal GDP. It's a much better gauge. This PPP is, I never go by PPP measure.
The question here is, Pikachu Man is asking, what is the Democrat ideology? Well, right now it is whatever.
Well, they do have an ideology. First of all, you cannot strawman the Democrats stating they don't have an ideology. It depends on which Democrat you're talking about.
Yeah.
The Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez squad has borderless world, trans activism there, but they are not the mainstream Democrats. So even when I will not vote for the Democrats, I have to be fair to them, in my opinion. I still think there is a huge centrist bent in the Democrat Party. It is under challenge, but they have lost their way clearly, and they believe in redistributionism in a very big way. They believe in running the fiscal deficit target off the haywire streets wherever they want to. They are what they are. They believe in standard socialist democratic politics, which most of the people do.
Yeah, and when it comes to foreign policy, I think there isn't really any difference between the Republicans and the
कोई
Democrats.
नहीं है साला
साला।
ओबामा वो पुतिन का दोस्त था एक टर्म में, वो पुतिन का दुश्मन हो गया दूसरे टर्म में। ये ट्रम्प पहले दुश्मन था, तभी ये लोगों का कैसा है मालूम है, आज रशिया अच्छा रिपब्लिकन के लिए, कल रशिया गंदा रिपब्लिकन के लिए। अमेरिका की फॉरेन पॉलिसी में कोई चेंज नहीं होता। ये मैंने अभिजीत ने मेरे को बहुत साल पहले बोला था, ये गांडू किसी के दोस्त नहीं है, सिर्फ अपने दोस्त होते हैं। फॉरेन पॉलिसी में ये सब एक है, किसी के नहीं है साले।
They look after themselves and the military industrial complex. That's it.
Yes.
That's their ideology, at least when it comes to foreign policy. AIM, how do you reconcile astrology with atheism? Do you mean astronomy or astrology?
Astrology.
Huh.
लिखा हुआ है वही।
Are you interested in astrology or something, Abhijit?
I am.
Okay.
And so I have a friend who I can't name. He doesn't want to be named mostly. I was also seeing, a lot of things where this wasn't. So, when I was a kid, my mom used to take me to this lady called Avi Amuda. Avi means spirit. And she used to channel some spirit of somebody. And, it used to be like, Kerangal. And then my mom would be,
हमारे में इसको माता आना बोलते हैं।
माता चढ़ गई हैं।
Will my son pass his maths exam? And she'd be like, if he studies hard, he will pass the maths exam. Actually, मेरे को भी पता है, I study hard. So this wasn't shit like that. It was very, very specific crap that I've been seeing over the last 4 or 5 years. And this guy explained it to me very well. I don't think it's an IP kind of an explanation for his book, so I'm not allowed to talk about it. There's still about a 70% to 80% failure rate, but think about it technically. The Hindu calendar, for example, you might think it's a bad calendar in terms of how unpredictable it is. एक बार दिवाली अगस्त में आ जाता है, एक बार दिवाली दिसंबर में आता है, एक बार दिवाली अक्टूबर।
इतना नहीं होता, इतना
It's
बड़ा
quite variable. There's at least a 2-month variation in Diwali dates that can happen. At least.
It's always either last week of October or like first couple of weeks of November. Basically always that gap, that range. When has it ever been in like any time else?
दिवाली अक्टूबर नवंबर में ही होती है, क्या यार बोल रहा है तू?
Diwali is either last end of October or beginning of early couple of weeks of
November. There's huge variations in Diwali dates. There's huge variations in all these dates.
क्या बोल रहा है तू?
तूने अगस्त में कब मनाई है दिवाली?
नवंबर के बीच में होती है दिवाली, साले।
नहीं, wait. Let's check. Diwali
नहीं
date
नहीं
is
नहीं वे
25th.
नहीं कुछ भी जबरदस्ती की पेली जा रहा है।
नहीं नहीं
चांटो।
वे मैं अगस्त में दिवाली बना के दिखाता हूँ।
मैं बना के दिखाएगा तुमको। अगस्त में दिवाली बनाएगा।
इस साल अभिजीत, this year Abhijit will be celebrating Diwali in September, so next week.
Yeah,
And then next year he'll celebrate it around Christmas.
2000 it was 26th October. On 2001 it was 14th November.
तो
In
कुत्ते अक्टूबर
2002
नवंबर ही तो बोल रहे हैं हम लोग।
That's the range
हाँ
always.
जो भी है, but there's
Hmm.
always a big variation in dates anyway.
Sure.
ठीक है? Now, the Western calendar does not predict the blooming of the Japonica scholastica tree. You know that smell that you get, that beautiful smell that you get in
From
Delhi
what?
in winters?
Hmm.
It's the blooming of a tree. It's the Diwali smell. I call it the Diwali smell. I think
Okay.
anybody who lives in Delhi knows the smell. It's a incredibly beautiful, very, very strong perfume. It will always happen to a T 2 weeks before Diwali. To a T.
Acha.
Without exception.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter when Diwali is. It never conforms to the Western calendar when that tree starts blooming. So remember, ours is an agricultural calendar for different measures. The Western calendar is a historical timekeeping calendar, which is different. Okay. So it's one of those things where I find that a lot of things that were explained to me, I'll wait for when his book comes out and then I'll recommend it to all of you. So I'm still not sold completely on astrology, by the way. I'm not sold on it, but let's just say I don't discount it.
It's very popular among Gen Z here in the US right now, astrology. Very, very
The less I
popular.
say, the better.
But I also want you to remember that 99.99% of astrologers are con jobs.
I am not going to say anything. I just want to move on.
It's very, very popular here, which is
But
funny
again-
because it's like in America there's a bit of an astrology panic among like Christian circles because they consider it like a gateway drug to paganism, which makes me very happy
But,
that it's so
You
popular
know,
now.
my thing is, again, notice the kind of dichotomy that was brought in with the question. Why would you have to be an atheist and not believe in astrology or anything like that? Think about it simply. The position of the moon determines the tides, no?
Yeah.
So it has a direct impact. So why will you not accept that different gravitational forces, no matter how small, the butterfly effect and things like that, have an impact on you? The way it was explained to me was that it was more gravity dynamics, really.
Interesting.
And it's impossible to localize it to individuals. I mean, you can only predict a general trajectory, but it's impossible to localize it. You can generalize it, though, pretty damn well.
Can ISRO check if moon soil is good enough to grow rice? Okay, last couple of questions. What does Kalu AIM think about Assamese food? Honestly, I don't think I've ever had any Assamese
User
food.
का नाम नुन्नू बटर मसाला.
Nunnu butter masala asking about Assamese food.
I
don't think
love-
I've ever had. What is
love
good Assamese food?
So
Name a
Assamese,
good
there's
dish.
lots of really good food, like the pitikas that they make, the mashes like bharta kind of thing that they make are fantastic. They do this, it's called, you'll get it in America easier than you'll get it here in India. You know, it's called fiddlehead ferns. It's called dekhiya hak. It's a very unique kind of a green leaf. Again, fantastic. It's very simple veg and non-veg food that focuses on the freshness and the quality of the ingredients. So, you know, things like their chicken curry or the masor tenga, which is their fish curry and things, they're amazing. You have to know the technique. The problem is a lot of Assamese food, like Bengali food, has gone down the drain because people don't understand the techniques of cooking it.
Acha.
They interpreted a recipe as a checklist rather than as a learning of technique.
What is wrong with Bengali food, do you think, today compared to before?
The same. So a macher jhol or a masor tenga, what we call macher jhol, which is a thin, patla patla machi ka gravy, or masur tenga, which is again their version of a patla machi ka gravy. Very different, by the way. They will be watery and runny. Okay, because people don't actually know how to get the collagen out of the fish bone into the gravy. They've forgotten how to do that. That's a very technical thing. Technically, that patla gravy shouldn't be that patla. It should be gelatinous because of all the gelatin coming out of the fish ka bones. Okay, so they've forgotten about it. Or they'll pressure cook things which destroys the flavor of the greens or whatever and things like that.
Right.
So they have some really amazing food in Assam, which the whole of the Northeast has some really, because it's very Indian and yet it's very not Indian, which I love. So, but anyway,
question for Kushal from Kapil Goenka. Kushal, were there any laws or policies that were passed in the parliament that would benefit businesses, and any specific laws that decriminalize what that you approve of?
Well, RERA was a great law. The insolvency and bankruptcy code, that was a fantastic legislation. I've given you 2 examples that has done. I think at the as far as rationalization of laws is concerned, people don't realize agar aapne federal laws to rationalize kar diye, magar most of the laws are at the state level, to usko kaise karoge? Wo to individual states ke upar hai na. Jaise the Vivek Ramaswamy committee, has anybody followed their work, headed by Vivek Ramaswamy?
No.
In Rajasthan? Please go and check it out. They rationalized all the laws in Rajasthan under the Vasundhara Raje government. Now, that was great work being done by that committee. Aisi committees bahut kam hai. So, they don't believe in a lot of things. In terms of decriminalizing, to wo to hamara desh manta hi nahi hai na. They keep making it more. In fact, a friend of mine, Ajay Dave, he always says the Indian Babudam does not believe in letting businessmen live in peace. Tu punishments dekh. Tax code mein na punishments dekh. Ajay hamesha mere ko bhejta rehta, because that's his profession, right? He looks at punishments and everything. So yeah, you should.
But go read Gautam Chikarmani's paper on punished for doing business in India. The government's actually translated that into a law. I don't know why it wasn't brought in the last session of Parliament, but it is going to be brought in.
Yeah, वो book मैंने पूरी उसका पेपर पढ़ा था, book के ऊपर podcast भी की थी गौतम और उसका co-author के साथ.
So I know most people on the right don't read books. So go watch this Kabul podcast that Kushal did, and go watch this Gautam Chikarmani podcast that also Blackie did.
अभिजीत ने कितना ऐसे मुस्कुराते रहो, तुम सब तो चूतिया ही हो.
And last question, that's
I never claimed. I also admit I'm a chutia, no?
Yeah.
So if I admit I'm chutia, then all our viewers should also admit they're chutias.
Because according to Al Jazeera, remember, this is a Hindu nationalist homosexual bigot.
You will only get reality checks out here. If you want me to come and massage your ass and say, oh, you guys are so smart, just because you watch me and provide me with viewership, you're very intelligent.
How does one massage ass?
Yeah, if you need to get your ass massaged, guys, you need to get on Grindr.
No, let us discuss ass massaging before we go.
So ass massaging is one of the great pleasures of life.
Shabash.
If you haven't had your ass massaged, you know your gluteal muscles carry a lot of stress.
Yeah.
A good masseuse would know how to work out the knots of your gluteal muscles.
Yeah.
And ass massaging is one of the most pleasurable parts of massage.
Shabash. Kya baat hai.
Yeah, I think we can end on this perfect message. Okay, we are all chutiye.
All chutiye.
Hum sab chutiye.
Yeah. So get on Grindr if you need an ass massage, right? That's where you gotta go for an ass massage.
Okay, can I just officially declare this complaint? This bastard Abhijit, साला मेरा और शाम का नाम खराब कर रहा है दुनिया में जाके, कमीना इंसान, कुत्ता इंसान. आले चीप हरकतें करता है कुत्ता इंसान. और बस शाम और मेरे पास कोई रिस्पॉन्स ही नहीं होता है उसका. साला
बोलेंगे भी तो क्या बोलेंगे? जब हम बोलेंगे करे तो करे क्या, बोले तो बोले क्या? वो भी है. All right, so before we go, last thing, guys, remember what Kushal talked about in the beginning. that we're planning to take the show on the road. We're planning to start with North America. So US and Canada, if you have, if you have a city where you'd like to host us, and if you'd like to sponsor the podcast, a live podcast that we can do in your city, reach out to us. You can reach out to Kushal at contact@kushalmehra.com, right? Contact@kushalmehra.com, and you can reach out to me at contact@shamsharmashow.com. The link of that email is in the description of this video. So reach out to us if you're interested in having us in your city, if you're interested in sponsoring the show. We would love to come and, do the show in front of an audience, do an interactive show. I think it'll be fun for the audience. It'll be really fun for us. So feel free to reach out. Other than that, like, share, subscribe. Abuse us in the comments. उससे engagement बहुत होती है हमारे social media पे.
और Patreon पे भी support करो.
Patreon पे भी support करो. Help us get on the road. And we will see you for the next episode. तब तक के लिए.
Aren't we answering questions?
अरे सब कर लिए answer.
ये तो.
No. When is AIM going to apologize for remarks on dal bati litti choka? I am not. Fuck you.
तेरे को अभिजीत से तू अपना enjoy करना है. तेरे को अभिजीत से validation क्यों चाहिए तेरे खाने की? If you like it, enjoy it. Why do you need validation?
On that Delhi smell. Lovely to know. I'll talk to Sanjukta about it. And,
there you go.
अरे सब start questions. हमने
तो चुप कर, हम डिसाइड करेंगे.
तेरे को सारे करने हैं.
तेरे को सारे करने. कुत्ते में बुड्ढा हो जाऊंगा उसमें.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, इसका कमेंट हटा दिया करो.
वही मैं, ये बहुत डेंजरस आदमी है. इसको मैं कमेंट्स नहीं पढ़ने दूंगा.
There's so many start questions which we haven't taken. What's the point?
अबे इतने सारे तो इसमें से 80% are comments. 80% are like या तो Sham was one of the payloads on Chandrayaan 3. कुशल UPID अनलॉक करो. ₹1 देना चाहता हूँ.
हरामजादो 1-1 रुपया भेजते हो. सबको ब्लॉक करके रखा है.
ये बोल भी रहा है. कुशल UPID अनलॉक करो. ₹1 का वक्त हो गया.
Do you think Prigozhin is actually dead? Yes, I do.
अबे वो थोड़ी बचने वाला था यार.
What's the process required to evict illegal Bangladeshis and Rohingyas? Will Jumla Baba ever do it? No, he won't.
What is the Sanskrit for पीछे वाला massage?
नहीं मालूम.
How do you say that in Sanskrit?
I don't know.
I don't even know how you say. What is glute? What is Sanskrit for glute?
मुझे चित्तड़ मालूम है. सिर्फ चित्तड़.
I know rectum. I know rectum is Maldwar.
Huh?
Rectum is Maldwar.
शाबाश. रेक्टम पता है. तो रेक्टम पता है तो बाहर का सामान भी तो पता होना चाहिए ना फिर.
नहीं. What did you make of the new book by Sujan Chinoy, former ambassador? I haven't read it. Sorry. I haven't read it.
What is the book even called?
Can Indian government stop Biden from election winning? No.
घंटा कुछ
ये मतलब क्या हो रहा है? ये इसके लिए हम लोग क्वेश्चन नहीं लेते. तू पढ़ते जा रहा है.
Did you know they tried to cancel J. Sai Deepak today, called him an Islamophobe and complained to the bar council apparently.
Some college, right? Some college.
I might disagree with JSD on decoloniality, but if they try to cancel him, these bastards, then I'm with JSD.
Where was he going? Was he going to some college or something? I heard, right? Wait, Anand Ranganathan has a tweet about this, didn't he? I think Anand had a tweet about this.
Does Shayad are responsible for British invasion? What does that even mean?
I have no idea.
This is why I keep the guest comments off, because you fucking read all of them.
So here it is. All India Lawyers Association has written to the Karnataka State Bar Council demanding to cancel its upcoming lecture by Jai Sai Deepak on the Uniform Civil Code, calling him an Islamophobe. So he was going to the
DM pe page.
DM pe डाल रहा हूँ अभी.
Ass is called Shroni for people who did not know. Shroni massage.
There you go. And what if the massage bhi बताओ ना यार.
Malish.
Shroni malish.
Malish is malish Sanskrit? Malish is in Sanskrit.
What is massage in Sanskrit? अभी मतलब
massage बताओ संस्कृत में क्या होता है. अब श्रोणी बता ही दिया तो massage भी बताओ ना फिर. What is massage in Sanskrit?
Abhyanga. Shroni
Abhyanga. अबे चंपी संस्कृत नहीं होता बे.
अबे चंपी तो सर पे होती है कांडो. कहाँ से आ जाते हो तुम?
कोई बोल रहा है नितंब बोल रहा है. नितंब, are you sure it's नितंब?
निदम्ब।
श्रोणी नितंब और
अच्छा,
श्रोणी
पिछवाड़ा इज
अभ्यंग।
निदम्ब, पिछवाड़ा इज निदम्ब,
अच्छा, निदम्ब अभ्यंगा।
निदम्ब अभ्यंगा, yeah. So if you want
Very good.
निदम्ब अभ्यंगा, please get in touch.
ओके, अभी बंद कर दे, बस हो गया, अभी बंद कर दे, इसकी कोई सुनना नहीं, कुत्ता पागल साला।
चलो हम निकलते हैं। See you next week. Get in touch with us if you'd like to sponsor a show in your city. And अगले हफ्ते मिलते हैं, तब तक के लिए टाटा बाय बाय।